Would you tolerate being the third wheel in your own home? What if it was to your partner's best friend of the opposite sex? Let's read this true Reddit story to find out more. My husband's best female friend is ruining our marriage and driving me insane. I want to preface this by saying that my husband has autism. His best female friend has ADHD, and I suffer from childhood trauma and depression. My husband and I have been married for almost 2 years now, together for 4 years. He met his current best female friend at work. They've been friends for about 4 months now. She has lived a sheltered life because her family is extremely religious, so they homeschooled her. And she didn't go to college. She's still very childish and doesn't know how to be a functioning adult, especially since she still lives at home with her parents and they control almost her entire life. My husband felt badly for her because no one in their department can stand her, so he's taken her under his wing, and she never leaves his side. I started working at my husband's company 3 months ago, in a different department from the two of them, which was when I met her. My husband really wanted the two of us to be friends, so he volunteered me to teach her how to drive. He doesn't have his license and made us all hang out once if not twice a week in addition to all of our breaks at work. For the past month, she's also been staying with us 3 to 4 nights a week. Not really a decision I was included in, but instead informed it was happening on the living room couch bed so we can drive her to work. Her mother is disabled and her father has a new job, so he can't drive her most days. So at least 5 days out of the week every week, it's the 3 of us. Then the other 2 days my husband and I are too tired from work and chores. At first, things were mostly fine. Some days she's okay and will be decent towards me. However, 50 to 75% of the time she'll glare at me, talk under her breath in response to something I said or did, interrupt me whenever I try to speak, and actively get in between my husband and me. She's extremely touchy-feely with my husband, which he claims she's like with friends, but she's not like that with me at all, a supposed friend. She also had made promises to my husband prior to her staying over she hasn't kept. She promised she'd wash any utensils or plates she used, but she's done none, that she'd buy her own groceries, but she buys cheese and fruit, then complains it's not enough for dinner and eats our food, and that she would just be all around respectful except she chucks her trash everywhere and has never cleaned any of it up. Neither has my husband, so it's been my job. My husband thinks I'm overreacting and that all of her behavior is innocent. I'm just viewing it through a malicious lens. He says there's no way it's malicious because she tells him how much she likes me and how much she enjoys spending time with both of us, even though she never likes spending time with other women. Regardless, sometimes he claims he doesn't see the behavior that happens literally right next to him. Other times, after the fact, he'll say he had noticed how she was acting towards me but didn't know how to do anything about it, so did nothing. He initially thought a few weeks ago it could have been malicious, but since he's found out she has ADHD and treats other people in their department similarly horribly, he thinks it's just because she's mentally ill, and I need to accept it. None of this behavior has ever been directed at him though, and he made sure to tell me he has never had any negative interaction with her. Funnily enough, he said that while we were having an argument about her impact on me, which really hurt, I keep trying to be her friend. I go out of my way whenever I can to get things for her, to help her feel comfortable at our apartment, to listen to her problems and offer advice when I can. I'm doing literally everything I can to be her friend. Some days it's okay and I think we're making progress, and then the next day I'm treated like I don't even exist, or that my existence is literally the bane of hers. It's killing me. It's driving me insane. It's making me feel unwell because my apartment doesn't feel like my home anymore. My husband and I fight almost every day. I have to see her all the time, and I'm in a constant state of unbearable stress. I've talked with my husband about how emotionally draining this is and how it's making me feel, but he doesn't get it. He's continued to try and force us to be friends by making us spend more time together. He continues to say he'll find a way to fix this because he doesn't want to have to choose between us. For the past month, I've had to force myself to be around her just so I can actually spend time with my husband. I've told him how I don't understand why this is such an issue for him. If I had a friend treat him like she's treating me, I wouldn't want them as a friend. I've talked about how I don't understand how a friend he's had for 4 months who treats me like this is being treated equally to me, his wife, the supposed love of his life. I'm losing my mind and I don't know what to do. If anyone can offer advice on how to handle things with her or how to get my husband to understand what I'm experiencing, I would really appreciate it. I'm losing my mind. ADHD doesn't cause this kind of behavior. This woman is trying to weasel herself into your home and get between you and your husband. Your husband is either very dumb or he's on board for it, and I'm not so sure it's the former. Your husband is letting his girlfriend sleep at your home, and they see you as the one in the way of their relationship. This is not a normal 4-month friendship. This is your home. If they cannot respect your boundaries, then you have every right to tell them to leave. You need to stand up for yourself here, or they will continue to walk all over you until it really pushes you over the edge. She should have been kicked out long ago, and you cannot afford to wait any longer. Otherwise, you are also enabling this behavior. Listeners, how do you feel about this situation? What advice can you give?